Hello, I'm Otto and welcome to episode 55 of my Factorio Space Age Guide. So in the last episode, after touching down on Aquilo, we started bringing some supplies down. We also set up a small nuclear reactor that is nice and heated. Well, it's heating itself. And we set up some smelting for lithium plate. We will need this shortly. Actually have a little bit of extra. We collected that from around the little island here, the rocks. So I want to start off by kind of maybe setting up a more permanent solution. I don't want to be requesting anything down. I want all this to happen automatically. So we're going to need to actually pull this back just a little bit to allow for heat pipes to come through. Got to make sure all this is heated. I also need some combinators, wherever those are. Here and there. I'm also going to need some other things. I need offshore pumps. Where's offshore pumps? Pump jacks, offshore pumps. Yes. Heating towers. Awesome. So we need to request some things down. We are not requesting any of these down, so I can delete this. Rocket is fine. So we're going to repurpose the supplies, and we're going to call this obviously Aquilo supplies. And there's some things that we can get rid of and some things that we need to change. So we don't need anything for miners. We don't need anything military. We don't need repair packs. We don't need cliff explosives. We do not need oil refineries. We don't need the extras for these. We definitely want some more heat pipes. 400 to 500 is fine. And some of these we actually have in epic quality now, so I'm going to adjust those. The quantities are fine. I have epic of these. Assembling machines, chemical plants, recyclers. I believe we have stack inserters at epic now. We don't need 500 though. Let's drop that to 100. Actually, can I move that up here? Sweet. We definitely don't need that many foundries, if any. Productivity modules. We have both the regular and... yeah, I guess we can go ahead and get some of those too. We have the rare quality. Let's just do a stack of 50. I need to get the pump jacks down here too. We have an upcycler over on Novice that is creating some pump jacks. Hopefully that is going... hopefully that's doing okay. We don't need radars. Okay, I think that mostly covers it. We have some roboports being upcycled as well and some bots. That's going to take quite a bit of time, so I'm not too concerned with that at the moment. The pump jacks, we at least just need a few. So I'm going to add on to another section here. You know what? We're just going to request everything that the milk run ship is bringing. So let's just do that. And I don't think... yeah, we definitely don't have the capacity. So I have some extra cargo bays up here. Let's see where he's at. He is... oh, go back to Aquilo, please. And we can start to bring some of that stuff down. Yes, give me the cargo bays. So we're going to extend this a little bit. That should be better. I don't know about 100%, but we will see. Excuse me. What are you doing? Go back. Let's add in an inactivity to the top row. Maybe that's what it is. 20 seconds? There we go. Yes, refined concrete. Okay, so we need to get some... we need to make some cryogenic labs. And for cryogenic labs, we need processing units, we need superconductors, we need lithium plate, which we have here. Yep. And we need some refined concrete. Oof. Alright, so let's just grab some of each. And get to crafting. Thank you. So with our first one, we want to make more. I'm going to do this right next to the heat pipe. So the thing about the cryogenic lab is it doesn't have any productivity like the others, but one thing that it does have that the others don't is it has 8 module slots. This is absolutely insane. So we're going to get this one to continue crafting. Unfortunately, there's no productivity, so whatever we make is what we make. So now that I've got 4, I'm going to put a requester chest down. We don't have anything to request in, but I can go ahead and toss these in that. And then on the other side, I'm going to do a provider chest, just so we can start to collect them. Okay, so we need to make some ice platforms. This is a pretty time-consuming process. So for ice platforms, we need ice and we need ammonia. Thankfully, we now have Cryogenics lab. I don't quite remember. I think this lines up here. So we have to get some ammoniacal solution. Ammoniacal? Yes. Ammoniacal solution, which we can collect right out of the ocean. We are also going to underground pipe this. How do I want to do this? So this gives us both the ice and the ammonia that we need. The ratios aren't exactly the same between the two, so we will have to figure that out. And I need more heat pipes. And then we will need somewhere for these to come out. And we just need heat for everything, and then we are good to go. So they don't have to be completely touching. You can see that they're kind of directional here. So just anything that's in the kind of general area. Unfortunately, it's only one single space, but... Oh, and then we need power. And we are going to have some excess come out here. Yep. And we are going to start collecting it here. We will end up with more ammonia than we have ice. Oh, and then the last thing we need is to collect from the ocean. So I'm going to give these some speed modules. Just so we can make sure that we're going through this pretty fast. This one, 2. So now we're making 2. Let's give it 1 more. We can maybe get some more ice out of this. So we're making 25 and these are consuming 11. Let's give it another one. 30, and these two are both at almost 12. So we should end up with a little bit of extra ice, which is good because we are going to need it. This is not going to survive forever. Okay, so that is the start of our ice platforms. Now, again, this is just a start. We have 24. We have 30. We kind of want a lot because I want to place that probably over here, just kind of out of the way. I think we're going to end up building most of what we need maybe over in this area, and we're going to need a lot of ice platforms. So, you know me, I like to go way more than is absolutely necessary. Oh, and I guess the extra ammonia, I don't want to waste the extra ice platform, but I also don't want to get in this way. Tell you what, so for now, we're just going to place this here. And then that needs some power. The obvious hard part is going to be getting heat pipes to everything. So far, so good. And with this, we can make solid fuel. Yay. So what do we need solid fuel for? Well, we are going to be using a heating tower. And now we do not have to rely on the nuclear, which is... Yo. Oh, and you know what? These cannot insert into this, so we're going to have to figure out something else for that as well. And that is easy enough. We will collect them at some point later in the future. Yeah, this is filling up nice and fast. Okay, so I would like to limit this similar to what we've done in the past. You know the drill. We need to read the temperature. We're going to enable if T is less than... We're actually going to go high with this. So we're going to go with 900 because the higher the temperature, the better. So we want this to come down to about 900 and then start adding back into it. And that is definitely not going to solve our ammonia problems, but that's okay. We can just clear this tank if we need. 44 and 45. Yeah, nowhere near what we need. So speaking of what we need, I'm going to kind of... I'm not going to keep the roboports down. We're just going to use this as kind of like a map. So that we know like roughly where we need to build. So I'm going to start... here. Yes, that is exactly where I need to be. And I want to skip 2 spaces. And then we're going to kind of have a similar setup that we had down here. So I'm going to line one of these up here. We need to leave room for a couple of things. So we need a belt. And we need to leave room for a heat pipe. And we're going to do this on both sides. So that's going to be there. We're going to have a belt coming through here. Another set of heat pipes. And that ought to do it. We will have long-hand inserters that will go from the cryogenic slab onto the belt, and then from the belt into the assemblers. And yep, it's going to look something like that. Heat is going to come through the middle for both. And nope, not done yet. I need underground pipes here and here. Okay, and that is going to be our little design. So I can copy this and, well, okay, not the last little, there we go. Copy this and paste this down onto each of these. Make sure everything is facing the right direction. Yep. This is going to be ice platform all the way down. I'm not going to give this one any kind of a boost. We are going to export these, I don't know, somewhere over here. Ah, that's fine there. And something like that. And then we just need to get in. So this is going to be our ammonia. We're going to end up having to move some of this, and that's perfectly fine. Actually, I feel like I want to stick somewhat close to the stuff over here. Oh, even better, we can hop all of this. Okay, and it's gonna look something like that. And as you can see, we're gonna need a lot more ice platform. So we don't really have that much that we can get from around the world. I mean, we could. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take the little bit of time and just see if I can get some more of, oh, here we go. Some more of the rocks so that I can get some more of the ice platforms. And I am going to either speed this up or I'll probably just cut it. Okay, so I have gone around the map. I have uncovered a lot of extra space. We have some fluorine, lithium. We have lots of stuff. Basically, every single large island is going to have, well, almost every large island is going to have something. And let's see how this does. There we go. That is much better. Okay, so once the heat pipes make their way and thaw everything out, then we should be able to see how this is going to work. I can tell that we're going to need some heat pipes coming through here though. And we do have some spares. Plus another couple hundred built up. Nice. Okay. Right. My poor bots. I don't have any power or any battery, so they are, I'm just going to collect them by hand. Yes, that is something you can do, and it actually works. Oh, right, and we need power. So that is going to be up here. Thankfully, the power poles do not need to be heated. Oh, and we ran out of heat pipes. Perfect. Ooh, getting close. There we go. Now we have pretty much full production. And we are just going to collect this right here for now. Oh, just missed. Okay, hold on. No! Really? You are just outside that power. Okay, it's not going to be able to collect from the last one, but you know what? It is what it is. No, I really don't like that. Okay. This is nice and low, and not nice and low, but the reason why this is low is because it is now draining out from this. As you start to add on, it will start to really kind of pull the heat out, and it takes a bit of time to build back up. That is something that you should be aware of. The ice, I suppose we can start collecting that too. I would like to have that maybe actually come down here a little bit. Oh, just in time. We were almost out of water. Oh, geez. Okay, that'll be enough to get it back over. Oof, that was close. Okay, so we have some temporary ice platforms going. This is collecting some ice, so we can hold on to that. We have some ice platforms being collected over here, and as we start getting more ice platforms, we can start to extend this. So if you need more and you need them faster, you just need to save up a little bit and extend this out, and you are good to go. As a matter of fact, I know I'm going to need more, so I might as well, I'm just going to go ahead and copy. I'm going to try to dodge this. I'm not going to be able to, but we'll do it like that. No, we won't. Oh, that's the concrete. There we go. There, we have now increased production again. Wait, why are... Oh, this one. I was like, wait, I see the wire connected. What? There should be very little ice coming through, but it will pile up. Same with the ammonia, which is basically already full. So we're going to have to deal with the ammonia. That includes the ammonia here. Like I said, you can just drain the tank, but we're going to see if we can maybe do something with it instead. Okay, so a little bit shorter of an episode. That is going to be it for me for this episode. In the next episode, we're going to do our best to try to see if we can get to the cryogenic science. I want to be able to trickle in a little bit. As a matter of fact, that reminds me that we have not yet started a rocket. We need at least one rocket. Hopefully we have most of the ingredients that we need. Yes, we do. Maybe barely? Okay, just barely, but you know what? That's fine. We just need one rocket. Yeah, that is one of the best things that you could possibly do, especially if you're a newer player and you're just, you know, you don't have everything that you think you need, or you might not. You always want to try to have a way to get back. So that's the extra LDS. We have rocket fuel. And yeah, so that is going to be it for me for this episode. Like I said, in the next one, in the next episode, we're going to do cryogenic science, hopefully. We will do what we can to get there. And our power is going to be a lot less of our heat source. So we can kind of disconnect this, and we're going to get some other heat sources going too. So yeah, I will see you in the next episode, and thanks for watching.